Gaming has always been more than just entertainment. It's been a gateway to experiences that provoke thought, stir emotion, and make us question our reality. From navigating moral dilemmas in Papers, Please to breaking the fourth wall in Undertale, games have once been deeply intimate and powerful. But lately there's been a sense, a feeling, that something is slipping away. Are we witnessing the end of gaming's golden age? To understand where we are, we need to look at where we've been. The early 2010s marked a pivotal time in gaming. Titles like Undertale, Papers, Please, and Needy Streamer Overload pushed boundaries in storytelling and player interaction. These games were raw, unapologetically unique, and made by developers who clearly poured passion into their craft. They created stories that felt deeply personal, connecting players to the characters and the world in profound ways. Take Needy Streamer Overload, for instance. This game doesn't just simulate the chaotic world of a rising internet celebrity, it's a biting commentary on mental health and the pressures of online fame. As the player watches the protagonist's mental state unravel, you can't help but feel the weight of every decision. These aren't just mindless games. They are a reflection of the world we live in, asking questions that few other forms of media dare to. But something has changed. As the gaming industry has grown into a multi-billion-dollar behemoth, it feels like the soul of gaming is slipping through our fingers. It's not just about graphics or technical prowess anymore. The passion that once fueled groundbreaking, emotionally resonant titles is becoming harder to find. In contrast, games like Papers, Please may have looked simple, but they forced players to make agonizing decisions with real consequences. Do you let a desperate mother cross the border, knowing it will cost you your job? These decisions stuck with you long after you turned off the game. Nowadays, the focus has shifted. Developers seem more concerned with how big the world is, how realistic the lighting looks, or how many quests they can cram in. But where's the heart? Where's the soul? It's not that games today can't be fun. But look around, the cracks are showing. The release of Cyberpunk 2077 was more than just a buggy launch. It was a metaphor for an industry straining under the weight of its own ambition. Somewhere along the way, it feels like developers have lost sight of what truly matters. They've stopped making games because they care about the stories they're telling, and started making games that sell the most units, that look the flashiest on stage. Undertale was the product of a single developer, Toby Fox. It felt like a conversation between him and every player, asking us to reflect on our choices, on the nature of violence in games, on the very mechanics we had grown accustomed to. That kind of intimacy is fading fast. The bigger gaming gets, the more it feels like developers are no longer speaking to us, but at us, through loud trailers, through shallow storylines, through endless microtransactions. Of course, there are still passionate creators out there, still developers pushing boundaries. But the landscape is shifting. The focus is on profits, on how long they can keep players grinding through repetitive tasks, on how much content they can sell after launch. We've moved away from the days where a game like Papers, Please could leave you staring at the screen, wondering what kind of person you've become. So, have we passed the peak of gaming? Maybe. The games that once defined an era of creativity and passion are becoming rare, overshadowed by industry pressures. But the potential is still there. Perhaps all it takes is for developers to remember why they started making games in the first place, to tell stories, to move people, to connect. Only time will tell if we're headed for a renaissance, or if gaming's golden age is truly behind us.